We good now, man. Come on up in here, man. Come on up in here. How are y'all doing tonight? We got it right. I just had to end the stream y'all one, man. Stream y'all was not cooperating for whatever reason. But as you can see, I'm at the desk, man. I'm here, right? It's I'm gonna try now. I gotta go fast because I really need to be at the gym right now. But we had technical difficulties for the first 30 minutes because I've been 30 minutes over here. Bear with me. I got my notes, right? But look, I want to talk about Top Rank, man. Top Rank, PBC, especially Top Rank. PBC does have some sort of a situation with Amazon or Prime Video. But Top Rank, on the other hand, nothing right now, right? And if you pay attention, right, what I want to do is I want to share some screens. A lot of the top ranked fighters, right? Let's see if you guys can see this. I want to make sure y'all can see this. Okay, y'all can. So some of the top ranked fighters, right? They are fighting on various different platforms, right? Tiger Johnson, it was just announced, right? He is set to fight. I'm gonna pull this up. Bear with me. Tiger Johnson's gonna fight on Pro Box, right? Shushu Carrington did an interview today, and he was talking about um, not being not having a fight, right? Here it is right here. Look at this. This is Tiger Johnson. See, Top Rank doesn't have no deal right now, no network. So they are basically auctioning off their fighters as well. Look, this is November 7th, right? Friday night, November 7th. Tiger Johnson will be fighting Nicholas Flies. Now, this name should be familiar to y'all. If y'all follow The Source and Shaw News Boxing, Nicholas Flies is the guy who defeated Jihad Tucker. Yes, this is the guy right here in Toledo, Ohio. Very controversial loss for Jihad Tucker, but this is the guy at 147. Now he is set to fight who? Tiger Johnson in Florida. Are you guys following that? Feel free to comment. I'm sorry over here you guys can't really see it, but you can see me and I'm looking real professional, right? Do I look professional? Shadow Company, CW, you can come on. I got both of them going on right now. But yes, November 7th, right? Pro Box. Top Rank still does not have a network. The last ESPN televised card was July, right? In MSG. I was there. I covered it. It was history. Xander Zion won his world title. Shushu Carrington won a interim title. Do you guys remember that? The two that's over here and the couple that's back here. Do y'all remember that? Do I need to pull up some of my receipts? Right? Do I need to pull up my receipts? And how is the audio sounding? Huh? Okay. How is the audio sounding? Yeah. Feel free to comment, man. You guys can comment. Comments are free. Look. Comments are free. Feel free to comment. Comments are free, right? See, look. That's free. Hitting the like button is free, right? So Top Rank still doesn't have a situation. We just watched their super middleweight fight to a draw on that Terrence Crawford undercard a couple weeks ago, right? Yeah, salute CW. Do you see everything now, CW? Are you good? Do you hear me? How is the audio sounding? Is it clear? Is the microphone good? How are we sounding? Okay, great. But so Tiger Johnson, undefeated welterweight prospect contender, is set to fight Nicholas Flays. Jihad Tucker, who also is a top ranked fighter, is set to fight November 22nd at the Paramount. Now, I don't even believe that fight is going to be televised, but he's fighting at the Paramount. Shushu Carrington, like I said earlier, was on Showbiz the Adults channel. He doesn't even have a date. See, this is what starts to happen in boxing when these big time um, promotional companies, right, don't have networks. They have fighters who they need to put on shows, but they don't have the budget to put the shows on. Now, when I was always saying this about PBC, you guys were saying that I was hating, but we watched it unfold with PBC. I think last year they did maybe 2, 3 shows. How many? They did under 12 shows. They didn't even do a show a month. Now I'm talking about this with Top Rank. So am I hating on Top Rank, or am I just showing you how if you do not have funding, right? Funding, a lot of things don't take place. And that's what we're seeing right now. PBC has been weak for a while, right? To me, they still are weak because that is why they're doing what they're doing. And then you're having guys like Tank Davis, who is fighting Jake Paul, and then also saying that he is going to retire. Then you have guys like Earl Spence, Jamel Charlo, Deontay. Is Deontay Wilder even still with the PBC? Please put it in the chat. Anybody, anybody, look and share the link. Please share the link. I'm cooking. I don't normally waste my time and talk boxing like this because I just feel like um, it's not beneficial anymore. I just rather do it. Like I said, I'm gonna leave out of here in about maybe 15, 20 minutes and go to the gym and actually do boxing, right? But I'm talking it right now, wasting my time a little bit. But where's Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder last fought on a BLK Prime, right? Look, BLK Prime, right? That was a BLK Prime event. All of these PBC guys are not fighting on PBC cards. Why is that, y'all? Why is that? You know why that is? Is because a lot of the narratives that we have been listening to, or you guys have, I don't really listen to these guys. You know, I did my thing today. I fronted on a lot of them, right? I don't listen to these guys. I've been doing my thing in the game forever, but now more so, right? And a lot of my truths that I was speaking over the years, they can't debunk it. Right? What they can do is try to mute my mic and stop me from speaking, but that doesn't happen because I am independent, as you can see, and I'm still getting strong. Yes, I'm still getting strong. But now we are starting to see all of these lies that we have been, well, you have been programmed to believe about these fighters and the money they was making. It's a facade. It's smoking mirrors, right? How's the content looking, y'all? How are we looking? Uh-oh. We need 3 likes, man. I got 3 likes over here. I need 3 likes over here, man. Only 1 like? Come on. We're talking boxing tonight, man. We're talking boxing. But yes, Tank Davis is fighting who? Jake Paul. MVP Promotions on Netflix, not Prime Video. Also on that card is who? Gary Antoine Russell, right? Look, let's look that up real quick too, right? What's the significance of that, right? Let's show the significance, right? The significance of that is they are having to fight on other promoter cards. Look, we'll go to Team Gary Russell. I'm pretty sure they have it up there. Yeah, see, here it is right here. Look at this. Look. Look at this card, right? You see two PBC guys set to fight on a Friday night in Miami. Gary Antoine Russell is the PBC champion, right? He is the WBA 140-pound champion. He is fighting on a MVP promotion card. Why is that? Does anybody know? Are any of your YouTuber insiders explaining this to you why? Do they know? I guarantee you they don't know. These guys will probably sit online and organize a live stream and they want to be educated on boxing, but how many of them actually talk to people that are into the logistics of boxing? How many of them actually have relationships with people that do things in boxing? I don't think none of them do. A lot of them will simply get on the phone or text another fan that they're comfortable with. Most of them love to text and communicate with fans that's like them. Don't go to fights, basically sit around all day on the internet, and whoever they like to be a fan of as a content creator, that is who they listen to. I sit around and I listen to everybody. I watch everybody. I'm to the point now where I pull up in different chats. I say my pieces. Um, I've been taking notes, right? And I know what content creators are official. I know what content creators are basura, trash. The ones that are trash, I don't even fuck with, right? The ones who attempted to act like they do what I do or on my type of time, I definitely don't fuck with. But a lot of boxing content creators are simply fans that sit online, Twitter, and shout out to Champ Side. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold on, let me stop this. Yo, Champ Side, right? I wanna highlight this brother real quick. 4 in the building over here. Come on, we gotta get more likes, man. We need 4 likes. Let's show what Champ Side did, right? I hit Champ Side up, right? Let me know if y'all can see this too, man. I liked 2 of my posts, right? I had to, I know Champ Side, man. Like I said, I always didn't see eye to eye with the brother, right? But look, when it comes to doing what you do, as far as being media and front lines, Champ Side is that guy. I would never discredit and say, nah, that brother's not outside. That brother gets busy, right? And I'm gonna show you. Look, this is why I say out of all these dudes, I look, he liked my post because he know, like, I really know him. I covered the Devin Haney fight. When I covered a lot of fights with him, he got credentials like a couple weeks ago. And look, I'm gonna say this. I got at him in a post, right? Because he was complaining about not receiving credentials to the Terrence Crawford fight. And I did a little video because I was just like, yo, I've been on that type of time, right? But in all actuality, Champ Side is official. When it comes to boxing media and putting it down and having a catalog, right? I definitely will never front on his catalog. A lot of these guys you watch, they sit online, they talk boxing, right? With no catalog. I front on them all day, every day. Respectfully, I do. Because I just think that they are disgusting. Look, see, he like 2 of my posts. Let me see if I can pull them up. There it goes right here. Here it is right here. Can y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? Let me know.
Fuck your wife. You probably would let Tank fuck your wife.
Damn.
And say, man, this is gold, man. You a cuck. You probably let Tank fuck your wife, huh? You would let Tank fuck your wife. You probably would let Tank fuck your wife.
Damn.
And say, man, this is gold, man. You a cuck. You probably let Tank fuck your wife, huh? You would let Tank fuck your wife. You probably would let Tank fuck your wife.
Damn.
And say, man.
Yo, Champ Side cooked that, boy. Did y'all hear that? CW, did you hear that? Did you hear that, CW? I can hear you, but I can't see. You didn't hear that, CW? That was Champ Side, man. Shout out to Champ Side. I gave him another video. I said, yo, thank you. Thank you for stepping on that dude, man. Because that dude really tried to disrespect me, right? Here's the video right here where I shouted about love.
Salute. I appreciate you. From one frontline media guy to the other, I can vouch for your resume as you can vouch for mine. But I appreciate you for stepping on that roach. You know, that sucker. You know, the great debater. Man, that was a great cook. And I think he would auction his wife off to Tank Davis. You was spot on because he has all of those tendencies. But once again, thank you, brother, because that guy told me I was unsuccessful because of views. But I never seen him with one view covering the fight, no interviews in person at a fight, never doing nothing other than sitting in his living room, his crib, on the treadmill, in his garage, throwing on a hoodie, getting extra tough, never outside. Once again, Champ Side, like I said, I always don't see eye to eye with you. But when it comes to having a resume of really putting in work, salute. The news by Shaw News. But this is the Source Experience. But hey, what do I know? You know, you do have options. Picking up my daughter from school, man. Full-time father, man.
Yeah, shout out to Champ Side, man. Yo, Champ Side blitzed that dude, man. And the reason why I wanted to give him his props is because Champ Side has a big platform. And my platform is not big. I'm big in life though. Don't get it twisted. But when it comes to the internet, I'm not big. So they say, but I post too much. I'm on the internet too much not to be. That's neither here nor there. But Champ Side, when he does go live and do his thing, people are tuning in. So that is why I thank that brother, because he killed him. He really put him in his place, right? And you see, he won at Blue Blood hard, but he did not go at Champ Side hard. Because he can't, listen, I say this all the time to these guys. CW, if you in here, you know the guys that I'm talking about. I'll be like, yo, they need to stay in their place. You don't do nothing. You're dirty. Like my man Malik said, you guys are the dirty side of YouTube boxing. If all you do is organize stream yards and panels with other bums, yeah, I'm calling you niggas bums. Because bums talk about boxing with no receipts. Bums sit around with an opinion on boxing and can't show you a fight they attended, can't show you an event, they can't show you a receipt. This is what bums do. And then they have the audacity to speak on people that actually do cover boxing and put it down in boxing. But hey, what do I know? But yes, let me go back over here to X, right? We're cooking today. I want y'all to see this, right? See, StreamYard got stupid. StreamYard is about to lose my money. So, Two Tone, the superstar, that's the guy that be on the boxing voice a lot, right? So, he posted, Al Heyman is a genius. Magically, Shakur and Tio end up on a PBC card backed by Turkey. Then Shakur supposedly spawned Jake Paul, which is a PBC MVP collaboration. Now, Core and Tank beefing on Twitter. They building the fight. No, Al Heyman is dead. Not literally, but I'm just saying Al Heyman is dead. Al Heyman is Jeff Johnson. You remember the distinguished gentleman? Jeff Johnson, the name you know? That's all Al Heyman is right now. Al Heyman has been OPP. Al Heyman does not have the money to fund these fights because He no longer has all of the networks. So he is not a genius, two-tone, right? How much did, well, he probably couldn't pay you nothing. You're probably trying to get a credential to one of the fights. But he is not a genius. He is a guy who is auctioning off all of his fighters right now. That is why, rewind, let's go back to Earl Spence. Earl Spence has not fought in 3 years. Jamel Charlo. When is the last time we seen Jamel Charlo in the ring? CW, anybody want to answer that? When is the last time we seen him? Can anybody answer that? Right? When is the last time we seen Jamel Charlo? Right? We don't see these guys fighting no more. Deontay Wilder, I spoke about him earlier. He had to go to BLK Prime. What about King Kong Ortiz? When are these guys fighting, man? Right? When are these guys fighting, man? It's not rocket science what's going on. They do not have the money. All of the money that you guys talked about them having, right? And what I need you guys to do is when you guys watch these guys talk boxing, put it in the chat, man. Ask these guys, pull up on their what's name, because I do. See, a lot of times these guys be having moderators and they block out my comments. When I ask them, I'll be like, yo, I used to pull up on Fanon all the time. I used to pull up on Fanon. I used to pull up on Blue, all these guys. I'll be right in the chat, especially these guys that claim to be things in boxing. And, you know, like I say, what do I know? I know a little something. Now. And whenever I see them, you know, pushing lies and that, I'll be like, yo, I thought it was done like this. Isn't that how it's done? Right? Just like, shout out to my man WCS. I asked WCS something today, right? He hit me up. And I was like, yo, not for nothing. You know, I'm learning, I'm doing my thing. I watched this guy's live stream yesterday, and he said that he had Brian Norman signed, right? So Brian Norman signed with Blue and BLK Prime. Just like I was explaining this to what's the name. And watch me pull this receipt up real quick. I'm gonna set this receipt up. Watch this. I'm at the desk so I can do this.
Students.
Man, yo, CW. All right, let's look at this. Watch this. I want y'all to see this, man. Right. I'm stopping this. I'm stopping this. I'm gonna pull this up. I'm cooking. So I talked about this earlier, but here's the so I said, what is a typical boxing management plan and years of service? Now, earlier when I was in my machine, right, I was like, yo, a management license is usually But I just think that 50 always had that for Dame, right? And then I think Dame kind of re-sparked it, right? Because remember, like I said, maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, when, you know, the beef was really between them two. This is the Cincinnati Reds. I rock the Cincinnati Reds tonight, man. That was pretty dope, man. Yeah, I told you, T, we killed the game, man. That's why this right here is light work right now, man. This is light work, man. This is just light work. But I just think that 50 always had that for Dame, right? And then I think Dame kind of re-sparked it, right? That was pretty dope, man. Yeah, I told you, T, we killed the game, man. That's why this right here is light work right now, man. This is light work, man. This is just light work. But I just think that 50 always had.
You a cuck. You probably let Tank fuck your wife, huh? You would let Tank fuck your wife. You probably would let Tank fuck your wife.
Confronting betrayals and urging